Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about baby things. I've got a list on my phone that I have been tapping into about must-have newborn items. I have been a mum now for 12 weeks. How exciting. I will say it is my favourite journey thus far. I've been waiting for Romy to wake up because she's been sleeping for a little bit and I just know she's going to wake up and need me to feed her, but she just doesn't want to wake up. I've not really done YouTube in a little bit, so I'm easing myself in with just a chatty video. I've got my vlog camera back out. I'm going to kind of take you around the house and show you the things that I think have made the hugest difference having Romy. Like things that I just go to time and time again, and probably these are the only things that I would be like needing, I suppose. Let's get started. Whoa, cozy wozy. Technically these are not on my list because I've not done my list since I brought this out. This is the snoo. The snoo is a bassinet that has all the bells and whistles. So you put the baby in, it's got different settings, it kind of gently soothes the baby, it plays white noise. We put Romy in this the day we brought her home because this is like what I had this, and I had like next to me bassinet from Mamas and Papas, right? We used the snoo for one day. The first night that we brought her home, I woke up and checked on her, and because I had a really fast delivery, she was quite mucousy, and I'd swaddled her in the snoo. I woke up to this tiny wee baby with her nose all streaming, and she was obviously swaddled, so she can't do anything. Not that babies can really do anything about it, but anyway, I woke up and I just saw my little snotty baby and I was just like, I can't do this. I hate the idea of her not being able to touch her face if that's what she wants to do. We put it to the side and didn't use it. I just used the next to me until she got to 2 months old, and we've been using the snoo for 8 months now, and it is really, really brilliant. I did quite a lot of research. I was nervous about her getting too used to it, and then if we travel, if she's not happy and things like that, if she doesn't have the snoo. But Romy naps downstairs during the day in her pram, and she only sleeps in her snoo at night. She also gets put in her snoo without it being turned on. So I feel like it's quite good that way, but the thing that I've noticed the biggest difference with is the length of sleep that she has, and I think that the gentle rock and motion keeps her sleeping longer as well. So at about 2 months, I think we'd had a couple of nights of really not much sleep at all, and I was like, should we just try it again? And she really liked it, and that's kind of like all I really cared about. We have had a few nights where she's up every hour in the snoo regardless, but that's got very little to do with anything else other than the fact that I think she's just tired. But it looks great if that's something that you care about, and she just really likes it. This is what it looks like, really chic, just plugs in, and then that's her little suit that she gets put in. You do not need to use it as a swaddle if you don't want, and Romy does not like being swaddled, so she likes to have her arms free, so it's got little armholes so you can stick their arms out. The next thing I've got here is the Cubo AI. This is her baby monitor, so we use it in here just now. We don't really need to be fair, because we're always in here with her, but when she moves to her kind of big girl crib, this will be brilliant, because when we put her down for naps during the day and stuff, we can just use this to check on her. It hooks up to my phone. It gives like weird insights. It tells you how many times they woke up through the night. It gives you all the kind of like details, all the data on their sleep. It's really responsive. It gives you alerts if they start crying or if they've got something over their face. It's just really good. I'm happy with it. I didn't try any other ones, and it was my friend that recommended I get this one because she used it, so it's worked really well. So I just know it's difficult to find a baby monitor that's like I kind of like want it recommended almost, so this one's really good. I have 2 nursing pillows. I really love having a nursing pillow and see through the night when I'm really tired. It's so nice just to have that extra support. So I have 2. This is the BB Hug Me. So I had this pregnancy pillow and it was so good, and I actually did move it off the bed because I've got this, but it's basically like a big sock that's got the beans inside, and you can make it as kind of dense or as loose as you like. I just sleep with it in the bed with me, so I usually use it as a pillow, and then when I'm feeding her I just flip it around, put it in front of me, layer whatever side the princess doth prefer. No, I'm joking, we alternate obviously. This one's really floppy obviously. You almost need to take a little minute to get it comfy. And then I've got this one. So this is from Docatot. It's a lot firmer, a lot more sturdy. I honestly couldn't tell you what one I prefer. I think it really is up to your preference. So see if you want something that's like a little bit more like a bean bag, a little bit more malleable, but this is almost like a shelf, so I can really like, it feels really firm and really supportive. I like the shape, the fact that it just goes around my tummy, but This one you can tie to yourself, but getting a nursing pillow isn't something I didn't think about, and it's something that I am so happy that I have. Bonus item for mum. I drink 1.5 of these a night. I try and make it one so I don't need to go and fill it up, because it's the last thing I want to do in the middle of the night, but I don't know what I would do without this. I have never drank so much water in my life. I'm constantly thirsty and this makes a big difference. The next thing is slightly controversial. I feel this is the docky top. Now, we had this the day that Romy came home. We had it ready to go and all set up. I love it. There are a lot of opinions about this. You are not meant to leave your wee baby sleeping in this because it can cause overheating. It's also got these big foam sides, so technically your baby could roll over, and there's just some dangers, okay? There's dangers with this. Is that what I wanted to hear the first week of having a baby? No. But this I think is really brilliant. It was so good for, you know, the couple of weeks to honestly a couple of months postpartum, where we wanted Romy like in bed with us, just kind of chilling with us when she was awake. We could talk to her and stuff. I had her on my lap so much. Like, see, if I was like this, she would be sitting here facing me. That honestly, I think I caused issues with my tailbone because I sat in that one position for so long. I really liked having the dog talk. We actually have one upstairs and one downstairs. She's 3 months old now and she's almost getting a wee bit big for it, which I'm really surprised at, but I think the money is worth it for all the times that she did use it. The only thing I'd say is just don't leave your baby in for too long, and obviously you don't want your baby lying down all the time. So but I really loved it. I've got really good memories of using this and just having her nestled in between me and Jack when we were watching films and just feeding her all day and stuff. So I really like it. Honestly, among all my friends that have had babies, everyone used one of these. It's like the thing that everyone gets at a baby shower in my friend group. So I really loved it, but just a warning, people will say things. Let's go to Romy's room. Oh, it's so calm in here. We keep it nice and dark. Do you know what's so funny? I really pushed to get Romy's nursery finished before she arrived. She has spent probably 2 hours in the last 3 months in this room. We change in here every night though, so that's a big thing. The next thing I'm going to talk about is a changing station, and if you need it, 2 changing stations. We have one upstairs, this one. So this is in her room. I've got a little lamp that's on, and we always face it this way so we can see what we're doing. And we've got, this is the Mama's and Papa's drawers, but I've just got it like full of nappies and water wipes and muslins. This little changing mat is so cute. It's from Mabel and Fox, and I just got it on top of our little drawers, and it's perfect. I love being able to like get up in the night and come and change her here. For all the times that she, as soon as I take her nappy off, she pees. That's happened quite a lot of times, and I'm so glad that I was here and not like in my bed changing her. So I quite like the routine of getting up and coming through here to change her in the night. At the moment, that's once in the night, which is great, so I'm not having to get up and down too many times. But having a changing station upstairs is brilliant, but also one downstairs, so you're not going up and down the stairs. If you live in a flat or something, you only need one. But if you're upstairs and downstairs and you spend a lot of time up the stairs, we always pretty much come up to bed at like 7, half 7, get Romy settled, and then in the morning we have a feed and a little cuddle in the morning, and then we go downstairs for the day. So, you know, just to make sure that we're living life. Having a changing station downstairs is brilliant, and we've just got it on the side unit. I'll show you in a little sec, but 2 changing stations has changed the game. I am very grateful for my friends, right, because they are the people that got me this. For clothes for a newborn, you really quickly realise what you like and what you don't like, and we love these little vests from H&M. They're 5 for £15, right, which is great because you will grow out the sizes dead quickly, or you do grow out the sizes really quickly. So we're on 1 to 2 months. No wonder they're small on her. We've gone up 2 sizes already. This is actually one of the smaller ones, but basically I lie her down on it and you fold and button and fold and button, and then in the night, or like just for changes, it's got this little nappy buttons. She lives in these, and I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed that she's not dressed every day like in different outfits and things, because we honestly sometimes go through 4 of these a day for accidents. These vests are brilliant. They wash great, they tumble dry great. They are so good. I think we had 10 of one size. 5 is enough if you're lucky. but I did quite like having the 10. And then afterwards they're so good to like hand down or put into a charity shop or something. And you get little short sleeved ones and you get long sleeved ones. Honestly, it's all you need, it's all you need. Then she lived in her baby Maury sleep suits. How cute. It smells like her. She's been sleeping for ages, I really miss her. These little ribbed bodysuits are brilliant, and they've got zips from the bottom to the top, so you can unzip from the bottom to the top so you can do changes, and then when you're taking it off, right, you just zip from top to bottom. She grew in and then grew past her newborn size in like 2 months, and I think we just had 3 of these on rotation, so we didn't have tons and tons of stuff, but we just had 3 of these. It did look like she was wearing the same clothes every day. They were clean, I assure you, but she just loved it. She loved it. And also, if you've got a wee baby that loves scratching their face, it's got mitts built in. Romy hates the mitts, so I don't do it. I just cut her nails. And it's got feet built in. Not great if your baby has big feet, long feet, like Romy. They're brilliant, like so good, wash amazing. And then these were a gift to us quite recently, and they are unbelievable. They're from Next, and see the little button pajamas. They button all the way down, so you can button the ankle as well. So it's basically just like one big bit of material. These don't have hands or feet. Romy loves them. Loves them. I think it's her favourite thing to wear now that she's a bit bigger. So we've got, I think we've got 6 of these. I'm convinced that that's all you need. A few zip suits, a few button suits, the H&M vests, some socks, and you're done. Your wardrobe's done. Another thing that I loved having and still love having are the cellular blankets from Baby Maury as well. Brilliant in the pram, brilliant tucked in their crib. Really, really good. You need to be careful that it's not something that's going to be too warm or anything that's not got holes so you can't, so it's breathable. One of the last things while I'm in her room, actually, when Romy wasn't in her snoo and was just in the next to me bassinet, she kicks a lot in her sleep, so she would always kick her blanket off and then get cold and then wake up upset. So the wee sleeping bags you get are brilliant. This one's from John Lewis. They button over wee baby's shoulders, and you get half tog, 1 tog, 2 tog. So when it was really, really hot, we just had her in a short sleeve vest and a half tog sleeping bag. These are great, and she felt much, I think she was much more settled in it. It's almost like a swaddle if you think about it, but it's just like a blanket she can't kick off. I noticed a big difference in her sleep when she had one of these on, just because it's consistent, she can't kick it off. It must be quite comforting as well. So we've got 3 sleeping bags that we'll go back to if this still fits her. I think quite a lot of sleeping bags you can use for a while, but when she's not in her snoo, I would use sleeping bags instead of blankets. One thing that I was not excited about buying at all, because I didn't understand, were muslins. The Etta Loves black and white ones are great. I remember when Romy started being able to see a bit more, we would use these as like sensory things, so because she would like the patterns and stuff. You get a 3 in a pack. They're so good, and you will need them everywhere. I breastfeed Romy, but we also bottle feed her expressed milk. She is very rarely sicky after breastfeeding, but after a bottle she can be a wee bit more, and you just always have to have a muslin on hand just to do some wiping up. So we've got loads of these. You also get little square ones. This is Aden and Anais. Nice little white square muslins. We've honestly got millions, and I'll link all the ones that I love that we've got down below. But muslins, you need them, they're no joke. I have a couple of extra large muslins as well. I am not a big breastfeeder in public. Romy is really on and off. I've said before that I just can't be bothered trying to feed Romy in public, and my boob's just chilling. It's just because they're so huge as well that it just feels like a real spectacle. So extra large muslins, so this is like huge, look. And basically what I did when I did it in public was I just kind of like tied it round my neck like a big bib, and then I had Romy underneath, and it's very breathable. You can see through it, but you just can't see this way, and it worked great. It was really nice. Also, you can do loads of stuff with these if you want to swaddle. I think you can. I've used one as an emergency bed sheet before. I think that they're just really good to have. You can use them like as blankets, you can use them to clean up. They're just like big raggy bits of material. It's nice to have ones that you like as well. So this is a brand, Julian, that do nice baby stuff. So like I said, I'll like link a few places that I like. This is not a newborn essential, but how funny are these little baby sunglasses? I've not had them on her yet, but they honestly make me cry. This is also not an essential, but I'm all excited showing you baby stuff. I got this for her swimming. It's like a really great floaty that she can chill like that but she can also go on her back as well, like she can just relax in it. What ages isn't mine? It's ages 3 months to 24 months, so I was like, we'll get so much use out of that. And we're going on holiday and I'm gonna pack this. Last thing up here before we go downstairs is this. This is a white noise machine. You'll notice that it's unplugged. This because we've got the white noise and the snow. I don't feel like we need this as well, but I use this a ton. It's very, very, very loud. It's a white noise machine that has like a bit of a light as well. The light's not very bright, but you can control it from your phone. It's got loads of different noises and it's nice. I think we'll use it in here when she moves into this room, but it's from Hatch and I just got it on Amazon. So that's like a plug-in, keep at home type noise machine. I just had to have a wee break from filming to feed a baby, and now she's all drunk and out the game after waking up from a big nap. So this is the Baby Bjorn bouncer. We put her in this for the first time when she was maybe a wee bit too wee. She was a bit too small for it, or had absolutely no interest in these things, and we waited until she got a bit bigger and now she just loves it. She loves being able to sit if we're making dinner. She'll sit and watch dinner getting made. She'll quite happily just sit and watch the world, and then we'll go up and obviously speak with her and stuff. It's almost like a wee bit of independence, and then as soon as she asks for us, obviously we come and get her. But for the times that she's awake and just observing and not playing or feeding, this is brilliant. Why do you feel our treasures up so high? This is a great alternative if you've got like any space. So if you've got a dresser or you've got a side unit like this. I got a sticky mat from Amazon, so we can just sit this basket on top and it doesn't move around. And then again, this is from Mabel and Fox as well. So this is just her little changing station down here. I'm sure I've talked about this before, but this is the Nappy Caddy we've got. So we've just got nappies, water wipes. These are brilliant. We've had absolutely no issues with her skin at all. Loads of muslins. See these little muslin squares? I think, yeah, these are Mama's and Papa's. So these are just tiny little squares that we've got stockpiled just there, ready to be used. Right, the next thing I've got is our nappy bag. I think you could honestly get any nappy bag you like, but I really like hers. I bought this from Bays, which is Shay Mitchell's brand. I feel like we've kind of got the nappy bag down. We've never been without anything, if that makes sense. So, oh, here's an old bottle that needs washed, but we've always got a bottle of express milk, at least like 4 nappies. We've got muslins. It comes with its own little changing mat, which is great. And we've always got like a spare outfit, another spare vest on top of that. I think my favourite thing about this bag is all the compartments, and when you buy it, it comes with little cardboard inlays that tell you what all the compartments could be used for. So the side pockets are great for nappy bags, and then on the other side we've got wipes. Inside it's got different sections for your bottle, and it's got like an insulated little cup. It needs organised because we've been out and about a lot. But we've got outfits, changing mat. It's got a section for like my stuff if I need to take breast pads and stuff out with me. But it's just great, and it's like a bag that I would actually use. I didn't want one that looked weird. As far as toys and things go, that baby born chair has been the best. We do have a play gym, which I really like. She is interested in it. She likes looking at it and stuff, but it turns into a bouncer. And she, of course, loves this ugly ass toy. It's got like all the bells and whistles. It's got like a little mirror. It's got, I don't know what this is, a plastic disc, ruffle leaves. But it's this side that she's obsessed with right now. So she's 3 months old. We got her first chuckle. But the first day that I got this, I showed her it, and she was going, it was the best. It was so good. So I think it's like £12, £13, and I posted it on my Instagram stories, and I called it an ugly toy. I said, this ugly toy is so good. And the amount of people that have messaged saying, yep, I have that. It's the best. So if you're something to like proper entertain the kids, get the ugly toys. I knew that I would get ugly toys eventually, but I just like the idea of things looking quite nice for her getting here, and then I'll, you know, I don't care, whatever you want, little girl. Now this is another noise machine. I've talked about this on Instagram, but this we had when we were in hospital when I gave birth to Romy, and I had this just playing a little bit of white noise next to her bassinet from the hospital. It is so good, to the point where I really like the plug-in one for the idea of it being like a little light. It's a constant thing. I can use my phone to connect with it and stuff. But if you're not sure, this is really inexpensive. It's so good. It's got, is it out of battery? No? See that noise? She loves it. And then also it's a light it's great. I've got this in her nappy bag at the moment just because if she starts getting a wee bit unsettled, this is good to just have in our pram, but I really like this. It also reminds me of when we first brought her home because I only had this for the first like 2 weeks and then I got the other one, but it's brilliant. Okay, next thing I've got to talk about is carriers. This is something that I wanted before I got pregnant. It is the Artipop carrier. I'm not going to put Romy in it just now. She's upstairs getting changed. This thing is amazing. So I find it pretty simple. If I step back, you've got one bit that clips onto your waist. You do that first. They all have like YouTube videos on how to do it. So you clip that on, tighten it up. You get one, chuck it over, clip that in, and then you get wee baby on your shoulder, shuffle them down, one leg either side. Whoa! Chuck that on. It's actually easy enough to do when the baby's in. I know it's obviously very easy when she's not in. But you do that, and then what you've got is a cosy little place for your baby to carry them when you're walking around. I got this with the minds of honestly when we're travelling. I think it'll be much easier through airports and stuff like that. Also just like for walking around in foreign countries, romanticising my life as a mother. And it just looks really cool. I think it's the best thing. It is expensive. I got this as a gift from all my girl friends on my baby shower. We've used it a ton. At first she loved it, and then there was a couple of times I put her in it that she'd give a wee cry at the start and then she'd settle, and every single time I've had her in this she falls asleep. So she really likes it. I think she likes being nice and close. Just the other day she was in and she was really alert, so she was like in but like looking around in it, so I think it'll be really good when she's a bit like more alert and wanting to like look around and stuff. You can wear it like this until a certain age, I can't remember what it is, but then you can turn them out the way so you can have your baby facing outwards, which I thought was really cool. What I like about this is all the weight is on my hips. I will say that after childbirth I'm fine, like everything is fine apart from I get hip pain. We went for a walk, what day is it, Monday? 2 days ago we went for a walk and it was like maybe 2.5 miles, and I was so stiff afterwards, so my hips were sore. So if I'd had her in this all that time, I would not have liked it, but she loves it and I just think it's really fun. It's a really cool thing. So that was from Artipop, and then this is the Baby Born Mini, which is a different mechanism, right? So you put it on your back like this, and this is more like a backpack, like all the weight's on my back. But again, really easy. Put them in, so you put one side down, so that's one side hooked in, leg goes through here, and then you just get the other side, slide it in, and this clips on, so you can either clip it on like this or you can flip it up if you want to cover their head. This is so great for wee babies, but it's really small. But this, all the weight is on your shoulders, like a backpack, like on your back, so I actually don't mind that either. I would say it's quite different, but again, just really good. It's got less support maybe. This one feels like it's got slightly less to it, which might be a good option if you're not sure if carriers are for you. It's like a little bit less material for the baby. But have used both, really like both. If I had to pick one, I would pick the Artipop. I'm not going to get into a huge amount, and I can if you like, but Pram, we've almost got a kind of similar system for our Pram. We've got our Bugaboo Fox 5, which is like a huge, big, sturdy suspension pram that's got the bassinet that changes into like a pram for toddlers or bigger babies later. But we recently got the yo-yo as well, and the yo-yo is a travel pram. I'm actually going to get it because it's like my party trick, right there. I'm so excited about that. So this is the yo-yo. I've used the Bugaboo a lot and I've shared it on Instagram and stuff. It's just like a really good big pram. It still compacts down small enough for the car and stuff, but it's too big for travelling for us. I saw this one recommended loads on TikTok, and it's got the newborn pack. So basically this is up to 6 months, I think. So this is the scrolling. Boom. Right, you can be much faster about it. Look at that! That's a whole pram. And the big thing about this that I got so excited about is you can use this on airlines as overhead luggage. So it's small enough to just go like that and put it up, and then watch this. Ta-da! We've used that pram once to go out for dinner because it's good for that as well. The big pram, we would not be able to have that sitting next to us anywhere if we were going out for dinner, but that one fit just at the end of the table quite fine, and I really like it. I think that when it comes to travelling with the baby, that's going to be a game changer. We're not travelling until September with her, so she'll be 4 months old. Any tips? I'm all ears. I'm excited about it. I'm not too nervous. I feel like it's going to be great, but obviously there's wee things like I just hope I remembered everything. And then I suppose the last thing I'll talk about is feeding, and this is really dependent on your situation and your plans, but I am breastfeeding and pumping, which means that we're using bottles as well, and it's so simple for me to recommend this because it's kind of life-changing for me. So first of all, mam bottles are great. We got the big box that has like the newborn pack, and then you move up teat size and things like that. We've had no issues with Romy when it comes to colic or anything like that. They are anti-colic bottles, but I've heard that babies can get colic for all sorts of reasons, breastfed, bottle fed, whatever. But the bottles themselves are just really good. We like them. As far as pumping goes, I have two. So I've got one that is like a big hospital industrial that plugs in. That's great. It's the Medela Symphony, so you can rent it. I am so happy that I had that at the start because I had a bit of trouble in the first week. Breastfeeding is definitely not easy and it takes a while to get into a rhythm. I'm really happy to say that we're in a really good rhythm now. And the other pump that I use so much now is the Medela, I think it's called Medela Freestyle, and it's basically it's like a double pump, so both at the same time. You can put it in your nursing bra and it's got like a big battery pack. I use that maybe like 4 times a day. When I'm not nursing, I use that to pump. It's so good. It's so easy to clean. That's the main thing. I've tried other ones and this one is literally 3 parts. It's so easy to clean. I've never had any leaking. I'm a bit of an overproducer, I think, so my milk sometimes goes right over the line where it says to stop and I can't help it. Unless I was to like empty it out and start again and everything like that, and sometimes I just don't even realise, but I've never had any leaking. The battery life's really good. It's just like a proper game changer. Milk bags, I like the Medela bags for the fridge, and the Nano Baby bags for the freezer are so good. I'll insert some clips of those. Aside from that, having those pumps ready for me to use to get used to everything, having the freezer bags ready and the milk bags for the fridge has just made like the hugest difference. It's so good. One thing I would say about pumping is make sure you get the right breast shield size. I didn't have the right size and I thought it was just normal, that it hurt and it felt quite bruised afterwards. I then did some research because I think I was at the stage where it should have been fine and it wasn't fine yet, and I realised that my shield was far too big, so I fixed that and it's been great. I'm kind of breezing over a lot of subjects that I could probably do whole videos about, so if you've got any questions please ask. And also on my Instagram I've got highlights. I've got one highlight where I talk about postpartum a little bit, one highlight where I talk about feeding as well, and then another highlight that's like must-have, so it's like other stuff that I've not mentioned but it's like stuff that I just thought was great and I wanted to share it. Right, I just checked my little list and that is everything that I wrote down. There's tons of other stuff that I recommend, but we will be here all day. But I think as far as pram, clothes, feeding, toy, did I say clothes? Muslins, just all that stuff I felt really happy with. Actually, last thing I'll mention that wasn't on my list, but sterilizer. We have the mam sterilizer. We use it all the time. It's great. And also Milton tablets. We used Milton tablets for the first time when we went away for the night. They're so easy. I think that back in the day maybe you had to leave it overnight, but it's 15 minutes and it's done. They stink, but they work really well. And that's what we're going to be taking whenever we travel with Romy. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still kind of figuring out what I want to do. I definitely don't want to do anything that she'll get to an age and turn around and say, Mum, I can't believe that you did that, or shared anything. I had a funny thought, which is probably never going to happen, but you know, for all that I've vlogged like my life and all that I share, imagine she turned around to me one day and was like, Mum, I can't believe that you stopped filming when I was born. Imagine I had all that to look back at and you just didn't do it. So what I've done is I film loads and I just keep it for myself, and I can make her videos when she's a bit older. But I think I'm gonna get her just to introduce you to Romy, to say hi. Look at this hair. Look at this hair. Look, can you see? Hello. This is Romy. Look at you. She is the light of my life and she's very curious. Oh my gosh, are you okay? Whoa. Hello. She's starting to get a bit of an attitude, which I love. She's a bit like Sass. She's a Taurus, which is perfect for a Cancerian mother. Oh, and she's tired. That's your cue. And that, guys, is my newborn must-haves. So I hope you liked it, and I will make sure that I link everything down below. And other than that, I will see you next time. Bye. Oh no, a dog's been on there. Don't be fooled by my makeup. I'm tired. This is so weird. You're like too high up. I feel like Tumblr. There's a fly buzzing around this room. You're really low down for me. Bebe. Nano Bebe. My boobs are so huge.